talk to you about something that's been kind of bet to death, climate change, right? A lot of you are familiar with the problems, and a lot of you are familiar with the solutions. And for those of you who haven't heard about climate change, thank you very much for crawling out from underneath your rock and coming here tonight. I'm going to start off with a bit of an oxymoron, synthetic natural gas. So that's converting renewable electricity into a gas fuel to reduce harmful emissions. I'm going to give you some context on that. Only about 20% of the total energy we use is electricity. The rest is used in keeping us toasty, cooling us down, and getting us around. And the vast majority of this is derived from imported fossil fuels. So basically, we can cover Ireland in wind turbines and solar panels and still not fix the problem. Why? Because the wind doesn't always blow, nor does the sun always shine when we want it to. And storing this energy and delivering it to somewhere where it's needed is quite difficult. We're nowhere near having all electric vehicles or efficiently heating our homes with electricity, so we need to bridge this gap. Our job as scientists is to come up with a solution. As part of my PhD, I take renewable electricity and I pass it through water to split it into hydrogen and oxygen. I then take this hydrogen and mix it with carbon dioxide to produce methane. And methane is the main constituent of natural gas. So we've just created synthetic natural gas as a means of storing energy. Now, the fun part about this is, where do we get the carbon dioxide? The alcohol industry in Ireland produces huge volumes of carbon dioxide in fermentation in distilleries like the one in Middleton. We then take this carbon dioxide and use it in our process. In fact, they produce about 164 million litres of spirits every year. The fuel we produce in this method is actually carbon neutral, because in growing the grains to make the alcohol, we actually sequester or take down as much carbon as is released when we then burn the gas. And of course, our electricity is from renewable sources. The beauty about producing fuel like this is that we can use it exactly as we use fuel today. We're falling behind in reducing emissions in areas like heating, transport, and industry, exactly the people who burn natural gas. Now, apologies. Now, moving on. So, there's a beautiful kind of circularity to this. We take renewable electricity and produce hydrogen, and then we mix it with renewably sourced carbon dioxide to produce the fuel that we use exactly like we use natural gas today. Sorry. So exactly like we use natural gas today. And that's the trick. People are a bit lazy, right? And we're not very good at getting out of old ways. We're kind of stuck, right? And the more we have to do, the less likely it is to get done. The beauty of synthetic natural gas is we can use it exactly like we use fuel today. For me, synthetic natural gas, I believe it's a future fuel because it's no different from the fuels we use today. Touch and go there for a while.
Well done, Shane. Well done.
You did great, well done. This is a really hard question, but why do you think when you said everyone's sick of hearing about climate change, we've heard all about it, and why haven't we changed our ways? Is it a communication problem?
Like what I said, like there's a big resistance to change in people, and if you're telling someone, okay, you want to go to Dublin in the morning, now you've got to cycle, like that just doesn't happen. So like gradual changes are way more likely to take hold, and if we can just use a substitute fuel. So we don't have to stop driving cars, we don't have to stop using electricity, but we just have to do it in a sustainable sustainable way. So a lot of the people are sick of hearing about climate change, I think, because they really don't like the insinuation that what they're doing is damaging the planet. And we like to continue doing what we're doing without being told that it's our fault the place is going to be underwater.
Great. Thank you, Shane.